platform as well. Lee, back for another season. What's up, my man?
Oh, I'm excited. I mean, I think I'm hoping that COVID is in the rearview mirror. I mean, it just seemed like every other week I had, someone from my office stepping in and saying, "Hey, that game that you liked? Well, they're not playing that game." So hopefully that's in the rearview mirror. And I think it's going to be fun. With a lot of these quarterbacks might have been, sitting second, third string. They decide to transfer. Ole Miss got one, and I think it's going to make for better play here on the offense. So I think it's going to be fun. I think, except for maybe, we'll see how it works out, but maybe Alabama and Ohio State and Georgia. It seems like some of these other teams are going to certainly be better down the road.
Yeah, and you mentioned that it's not one of your key games that you sent us, but tonight, I mean, you've got a Southern Cal transfer starting at Pittsburgh. You've got a Georgia transfer starting at West Virginia. I mean, I know you love college football. Absent your job, you just love it as well. I'm pumped to watch the Backyard Brawl tonight. It's just a nasty, bitter rivalry, and we haven't gotten it for over 10 years.
Yeah, it's about time. That's one of those rivalries. I remember growing up, when you used to see like Tony Dorsett playing that game and Dan Marino. There's some real emotion. So there's no love lost between those two teams. I can guarantee you that.
All right, Lee, let's look at a few of – well, actually, before we do that, where can the people get your stuff absent what you're going to give us today?
Well, just go to the website, ParamountSports.com. It's a great start to the season. We started in that first Hall of Fame game, and it's worked its way all the way through week 0. We're 14 on a 14-4 run. So nice to build a little bankroll going into the first week, and I think I've put in the time. I watched 113 spring games, saw you guys at SEC Media Days, and looking for any nugget that I can find. So if you're looking for the edge, just go to ParamountSports.com. How about this special? 4 weeks. You can get from now through September 30th, all 4 weeks of football. We'll even throw in baseball through the World Series, over $1,000 value of just $397. How do you check it out and get involved? ParamountSports.com.
So you like a couple of our in-state teams. We'll start with the game in Starkville. Memphis coming to Mississippi State. Some people around here have talked about revenge game. What do you see here with the Tigers getting a touchdown +1 in Starkville on Saturday?
So when I watched that game last year and I had Memphis, that was one of those games where I'm like, wow, I got lucky. They were outgained in that game by 222 yards. It was just a weird game. Bunch of plays went against Mississippi State here, and they still won the game. Now, I think Memphis has a pretty good quarterback, Seth Hennigan. But after that, where is all the running back and wide receiver skill position gone? It's just not there anymore. Mississippi State, I think, is way under the radar. No one's talking about Will Rogers for the Heisman. Here's a guy who threw 36 touchdown passes last year. He's got a better supporting cast on offense, and the defense, which ranked 30th last year, returns 9 starters here. Also, here's a stat that's crazy. The hosts 11-3 against the spread in Memphis games, the last 14 games. I think this game is going to be much different than last year's game. I like Mississippi State big, 40-17.
Yeah, we've been talking that way, too. It feels a little bit different coming from the expert, right?
Well, I got no skin in the game except for what I'm betting on the game. So, yeah, that's the way I see it. I think Memphis has certainly declined, and Mississippi State certainly under the radar.
I cover Mississippi State every day. That's what I do. I talk about them every day. Your prediction is 1 point different than mine. So I'm on to something, I guess.
What did you have it?
I have 41-17. Yeah.
Okay, there we go. They're going to miss an extra point.
Oh, don't do that to them with the kicking issues. My goodness, don't do that to them.
All the good favor just got ruined. Kidding, of course. To Oxford, Ole Miss hosting Troy. Weather might come through, although the percentages keep going down either way. New quarterback for Lane Kiffin. Big line, 22 points in favor of the Rebels. Who do you like?
Yeah, I don't think it matters in this game who plays quarterback for Ole Miss. Now, they might get off to a slow start, but just give the ball to Zach Evans from TCU and Ulysses Bentley, who's way under the radar from SMU. And these guys, I think, are going to be able to operate pretty freely here. So people forget, Matt Corral only threw 20 touchdown passes last year. I think these two guys can equal or better that. Now, Troy does return 9 offensive and 9 defensive starters, but this was a 5-7 team. Their best win last year was a 3-point win against Georgia Southern. How bad is the quarterback situation that they accepted West Virginia's quarterback, Jared Doge, a week ago? Told him, yeah, come on over. So I think that's a real problem for them here. And I just think the Ole Miss team depth here will wear down Troy here. Tons of transfer talent here. It's going to be the difference here. I like Ole Miss 45-17.
Speaking of big lines, there's a big one in Atlanta. Georgia coming off the national championship. Lost some bodies on defense, including their defensive coordinator. Sure enough, he's now at Oregon, who will be facing the Bulldogs. Big line in this one.
Yeah, there is. And here's the two biggest storylines, in my opinion. Dan Lanning returns to face the team where he was defensive coordinator for 3 years. And I just think that his familiarity just can't be ignored here. He knows the schemes and the personnel inside and out. So I think that that's worth 4, 5, 6 points here. And then number two, as far as storylines, the Georgia losses on defense are significant, 8 of 11 starters. I just think that maybe in Alabama could reload in 1 year. It might take Georgia 2. Stetson Bennett, okay. I mean, I love their tight end unit, but he's going to have to win shootouts this year, and I don't know if that dream season continues. Dream seasons usually only happen once. Now, here's the deal with Oregon. 8 starters return from last year's offense. All 5 offensive linemen. And this is an offensive line that ran for 5.3 yards per carry. They just ran all over Ohio State in the horseshoe last year, so I don't think that they're going to be intimidated. They get Bo Nix, who played for 15 years at Auburn, and then throw in number 23, Chase Cota, a nice receiver and 6'3" target from UCLA. So I say grab all the points you can here. I think Georgia wins 31-21, but I think the Ducks cover.
Another one Sunday night in, I was about to say in Baton Rouge. It's going to feel like it's in Baton Rouge. It's not. It's New Orleans. Florida State coming off of, well, I was going to say big win. Big on the scoreboard anyway, in week 0, facing off Brian Kelly's new, whoever it is, quarterback in LSU.
So I think it's going to be Jaden Daniels. I think he's going to start. Kid had 29 starts at Arizona State. But I think you'll see a short leash here. And redshirt freshman Garrett Nussmeier, I think, is going to play in this game unless Daniels just lights it up and scores in the first 2 drives, which is doubtful. So I talked to a Florida State friend of mine who told me he's going. I said, why are you going? He goes, I just want the feel of a full stadium. So I thought that was a fun line that he had. But Florida State is reeling. I mean, they haven't gone to a bowl in 5 years. I'm hearing that Mike Norvell might be calling some of the plays here. He needs a win desperately here. I just think that the learning curve in Baton Rouge is going to be a lot shorter than expected, and I think their athletes are just going to make 1 or 2 more big plays in Florida State here, even with that game under their belt. And Florida State, not much of a traveler. 6-12 against the spread as a road dog. Give me LSU here, 28-20.
Got about a minute left here, Lee. Your game of the week. What's that one for you?
So it's going to be the Utah-Florida game. I mean, what a great Week 1 schedule. Florida, they've got a quarterback that, pretty darn dynamic. And if Anthony Richardson has a big game, he could carry him. Utah, top 10 team. They beat Oregon twice and also almost knocked off Ohio State. You want to get that game for free? Just call 800-400-9741. If you'd like to hop on board, check out any of the specials, just go to the website, ParamountSports.com. Also, free pick videos. So let's say there's another big game you want to see me break down, like Ohio State, Notre Dame, Arkansas, Cincinnati. Just check out those videos, ParamountSports.com.
Lee,